Yo, what is going on everyone? It's Scapenomics and welcome back to the channel. Since you guys absolutely obliterated the like button on my free-to-play passive investing guide, I decided to show you how you can apply the same exact strategy in members and make upwards of 6 mil a week without even logging into your account. Before we get into this is my take on a members flipping and investing strategy. You may be able to find ways to maximize the profit a little bit further, but after a month of testing, this is what I've come up with. Similar to the free-to-play passive investing guide that I put out, we're going to be focusing on high volume items with large in-game uses that will trade every week or 2 weeks. That is going to net us an average of 3 to 6 mil weekly with extremely low amounts of effort, probably a total of 10 minutes every 2 weeks. There is also one super overpowered tip for this strategy that lets you reduce the price of membership on every account that you deploy this on, which I will get into later in this guide. I just pulled up to the Grand Exchange with 100 mil in my inventory. 100 mil is the absolute minimum that I would recommend for this strategy, because if you have any less than 100 mil, you're not going to be making enough money to sustain your membership and pull a decent profit at the same time. If you have 250 to 300 mil though, this strategy becomes even more passive and also more lucrative because it's going to reduce your overhead costs by a ton, which again might not make much sense now, but stick around and I'll explain why it does. On screen right now is a screenshot of the 8 key items that I've focused on in members to passive flip. So this is from when I was testing the strategy, and I found that I like these items the most. This strategy differs from our free-to-play flipping strategy because the margins we're going to flip will be larger than 1 GP. Now, this does affect how consistent our profit is going to be in members, but the profit is overall better, and it's about the same difficulty as the free-to-play version. I've specifically focused on flipping consistency for this guide, so that way you're turning profit every week and you're not going to burn on membership costs. I just pulled up GE Tracker to show you guys how we're going to find the price listings for these items. If you're not sure what GE Tracker is, it's basically your best friend when it comes to flipping in old school RuneScape. I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can get GE Tracker Premium, and they've been an awesome partner of mine for a couple of years now. Anyway, the first item we're going to look at is the Mithril Dart. Now, a couple characteristics about the item before we talk about pricing is you can clearly see that this is an extremely high volume item. That is very important in this strategy because it's going to make the item be very consistent price-wise, and we'll be able to buy and sell it quite easily. We're on the weekly view here, and you can see that the Mithril Dart is really only trading in a range between 2 GP and 7 GP. What we're looking to do is buy in for a very consistent price and just turn it around for another consistent price. When I'm looking at this graph, I'm kind of seeing that yes, the Mithril Darts do occasionally dip down to 2 GP, but if we list them for 3 GP, we will buy a lot more and it will be way more consistent over a weekly time frame. It is important that you don't list at the absolute low because remember, this strategy works when you get a lot of volume on the item and not necessarily a big margin. I'm looking at this and thinking we can list around 3 GP each and turn around and sell them for probably 6 GP each, which is going to net us 3 GP for every single Mithril Dart that we buy. Now, you might not think that 3 GP is a great margin, but let me show you why it can still make you a ton of money. If we were to hit the GE limit on Mithril Darts only half of the time that we had the listing in, that's still going to buy us 21,000 darts per day. Now that's going to equate out to about 147,000 darts per week, which at a 3 GP margin is going to make us 441k per week. And that is on one item slot without logging in at all. Now this strategy is so OP. Now that we know the price for the Mithril Darts, we're going to go ahead and list them on the exchange. The Mithril Darts we're buying at 3 GP. And one thing that you want to keep in mind when you're listing these items is you want to make sure you disperse your cash out evenly. Since Mithril Darts are very cheap, we're going to list 220,000. Now I don't think we're going to buy all of that over a week time frame, but since they're so cheap, we might as well go ahead and list them, and hopefully we'll buy a little bit more than we expect. Now, I'm going to do the same exact thing for all the items that I showed on screen before, and we'll see if we can make some bank. There we are, we've listed all of the items we're going to flip over the next week. Now I'm going to log off, and literally I'm not going to log on until next week. So today is Tuesday, we'll be back next Tuesday to check on these flips and go back and sell them. Embarrassingly enough, I totally lost the audio on these next couple of clips, but we're going to do it in post just to show you guys what I'm talking about here. As you can see on screen right now, we're currently logged into a free-to-play world, and that is because our membership ran out. But the OP thing about this moneymaker is even when your membership runs out, you can still buy or sell items as long as they're already listed on the Grand Exchange and you've been logged in within the last week. So what I do towards the end of my bond is I set offers and then just let them buy when my membership is not there. That way, we're actually decreasing the total cost of our membership because we only have to reapply the bond when we want to go sell the items. Okay, it has been a full week and I am a man of my word, so we're going to collect everything and list it back on the Grand Exchange. We are back in a members world. I had to use another bond, but we're not going to calculate that into our total cost as we're assuming you're starting this strategy with the bond already paid. We've got all of our items here, we're going to list them back on the exchange and then wait about a day or two for them to sell and just see how much profit we have made. I'm really excited. I do think there is going to be quite a bit of money from this strategy, especially this week. So I've got everything listed back on the Grand Exchange here. I basically did this the same exact way that I found my buy prices, but I just did it for the sell prices. So I was looking for the weekly high on these items as well as where they're currently trending and just picked somewhere where I thought they could realistically sell to make us a decent profit in a decent amount of time. Look at that. So much profit has been made, guys. I did a rough estimate and I think we made about 7.7 mil flipping for 1 week without logging on at all. That is insane. I'm going to go collect everything and check the profits, but this took us a little bit over a day to sell. Now I do know it says that it took 76 hours, but that's actually not the case. I was checking these on mobile and I just haven't been at a computer to check the offers. It's a bit strange because I calculated my profit to be 7.7 mil, but my final coin stack is showing 6.9 mil in profit, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but anyway, we're gonna go with it. We're gonna say 6.9 mil in profit with only logging in one time in the week to resell our offers. I just wanted to point out some really good flips for us. The black D-hide chaps actually made us 1.7 mil in profit, which I think is actually pretty crazy. And also the bolt racks made us a good amount of money too. We made about 2.3 mil on those, it looks like, something like that. Or actually it looks like 2 mil flat, but those were really excellent flips for us. I was very happy to get those through. The great thing about this strategy is as well that these items here aren't even the best items that I found. While making this video, I was testing this strategy on another account too, and I've actually found more items which are excellent to flip, and maybe I'll make a video on that later just to show you guys what that's looking like. I'd like to do another video of me expanding my flipping farm and showing you guys how many accounts I have behind the scenes working and flipping these items. Considering how profitable this is looking like right now, I really do want to do that. By the way, if we're taking this week's estimate, estimating it another week out, we could have assumed 13.8 mil in profit, which means flipping over 1 week was plenty of time for us to secure the money for another bond. But on top of that as well, we didn't even account for any of the time where we didn't have a bond or have membership. This passive members flipping strategy is freaking OP, guys. 13.8 mil every 2 weeks. That's plenty of time to cover a bond and does not include any of the time buying items without membership. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see a video of me expanding my flipping farm, let me know. I'm thinking of expanding it out with a couple more of accounts and thought it might be interesting to show you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one.